Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Blind Murder Gamer, along with Blind Gamer 1990. What's up, my man? Oh. September 14th, brother. The first. Yep.
Check
Yeah.
Mark live online under the game Diablo 4. The uptime begin.
Hey, Wisebot, thank you there. Alright, so now we're good to go. I'm going to get this thing going. We're tonight live on Twitch.
Queued for login height connecting to Diablo if services. Queued. Logging into Diablo if. 8. New wares enter Tejal's shop. Malignance has swept across Sanctuary, corrupting its inhabitants, and leaving an infestation in its wake. Coincidentally, all the commotion has unearthed new trinkets to be sold in Tejal's shop, such as the Shadow Walker and Ancient Death Speaker equipment bundles, and the Spectre Adrift Mount Armor bundle. Make sure to visit and peruse her fine wares throughout Season of the Malignant. Who knows what rarefied artifacts might materialize in the shop. We'll see you in Sanctuary. The Diablo if development team. Right action button close. Create new character 8. Jo Mara. Hardcore.
Oh, and we are doing this on hardcore mode, by the way, folks.
Season info. If you want to access seasonal content, you need to create a new character for the season. Necromancers have various ways to drop blood orbs, which fall on the ground and heal them instantly when picked up. Rite of passage. Accompany Lorath to Kaio Vashad. Containers. Essence 70, Essence 44%. Containers. Essence 64%. Mortar and pestle. Bought a healer and appos, S-tools. They look freshly used. Right action button close. Essence 91%. Door, kettle, whatever is brewing smells awful. Right action button close. Kettle. Bottom action button. Interact. Essence 70%.
Isn't that cool how you can,
Bottom action button. Interact. Essence 91%. Empty bottles. Bottom action button. Interact. An odd assortment of empty bottles. Some of them still reek of strong east containers. Containers. Containers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm streaming this now. But I'm going to premiere it on the 10th.
Hollow tree. Felon. Felon.
This calls
Felon.
Lilith's evil is spreading.
Felon. Essence 70%. Felon. Felon Shaman. Essence 91%. Felon. Loose or vein. Bottom action button, or vein. Bottom action button.
I'm hoping that,
Containers. Containers.
Otaku Riku will show up tonight.
Containers. Felon. Essence 70%. Essence 46%. Felon. Felon. Essence 68%. Felon. Essence 89%. Felon Shaman.
Oh,
Felon.
there's a son of a bitch.
Felon. Heavy boots. You have no heavy boot. Hollow tree. Bottom action button. Interact.
Oh, I know, MP1's
Blue
gonna be
stone.
fucking awesome.
Bottom action button. Interact.
Yeah. Dude, I got this,
Containers. Essence 54%. Rite of passage. Containers. Essence 74%. Containers. Essence
Yeah.
94%. High
What's
tune.
that coming out for?
Felon. 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 Felon Shaman. Essence 40. Essence 17%. Not enough essence to use that skill. Containers. Essence 37%. Containers. Essence 57%. Felon. Two-handed. Felon. Essence 78%. Essence 98%. Felon. Essence 70%. Felon. Essence 27%. Containers. Essence 47%. Essence 68%.
And dude, the fact that MK1 will have a screen reader?
Essence 88%.
Fuck yeah.
Containers. 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 Hollow tree. Button action button. Interact. Gallow vine. Button action button. Containers. 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 Kayo Vashad Gatehouse. LV. 8.
You know what I want to see? I want to see them do,
You cannot do that in this area.
No, that wouldn't work. Nah, that would work if we weren't doing Twitch, but...
You cannot do that in this area.
I cannot do that here.
I want to see them make a wrestling game with the accessibility of Mortal Kombat. Well, it would help with, well, no, I mean like menu navigation, like for selecting your character.
You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area.
Well, it would be optional. It wouldn't be mandatory. But the screen reader
Do that
part.
in this area.
Well, it ain't just me. It ain't just
You
me.
cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area.
Uh-huh.
You cannot do that in this area.
They're gonna add that on the next big PS5 update. No, the vibration when you navigate menus and shit.
You cannot do that in this area.
No, no. It's gonna be in the next big update.
You cannot do that in this area.
I think the next big one's coming next month. Because they usually drop those in the fall. And then in the spring.
You cannot do that in this area.
What the one thing I want, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but I want the ability to not that.
You cannot do that in this area.
I want the ability to schedule our streams. I think. The new, you had to buy an 8 TB PS5 hard drive.
You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area.
Actually, they put a place for extra storage, but they didn't support it at first. They had to. You know how that is. They're getting your money.
Appos, S cross, LV, 8. Vita Berry. Bottom action button. Interact. Hollow tree. Bottom action button. Interact.
Oh, I know. That would be so cool. At the same time.
Slain villager. Bottom action button. Interact. Containers. Essence 50, essence 29%. Helen. Essence 49%.
Yeah. Does it?
Essence 69%. Essence 49%. Essence 71%. Helen. Essence 91%. Talon Overseer. Essence 44%. Talon. Essence 64%. Talon. Mirroring Talon Shaman. Elite. Essence 84%. Essence 44%. Essence 17%. Not enough essence to use this skill.
Bullshit.
Essence 37%. Talon. Essence 14%.
You just say you're out of essence.
Essence 35%. Essence 56%. Felon. Felon. Mirroring Felon Shaman. Elite. Essence 76%. Mirroring Felon Shaman. Elite. Rite of Passage. Speak with Lorath. Essence 97%. Essence 70%. Lorath, what is this statue?
Alright, hold on, we're gonna be talking.
Essence 100%.
I'm sure you've heard the Cathedral of Light babbling about their Holy Father. Well, he's real. An angel walks among us. And when he learns that Lilith is here, blood will flow. They are ancient enemies. They'll drag the whole damn world into their feud unless we can stop it.
Rite of Passage. Accompany Lorath to Kaio Vashad. Slain Villager. Slain Villager. Bottom action button. Interact.
Now we're gonna
Bottom action button. Interact.
go up in here.
Essence 70%.
So yeah,
Vashad Gatehouse. LV. 8.
I am
Essence
so
91%.
glad they made this accessible. I know. This is why I support it.
You cannot do that in this area. Rite of Passage. Speak with Lorath.
No time for this.
Alright, hold on, we gotta talk to Homeboy.
You cannot do that in this Lorath. Bottom action button. Interact. You cannot do that in this area. Lorath. Bottom action button. Interact. You cannot do that in this area. Lorath. And quad. What and appos. S this about. And quad.
To enter Kyovashad, you must perform a cleansing ritual. Meaningless gesture, but some people take comfort in it.
How dare you?
Just let him through, lad. I've tried for years to get Lorath to do the ritual.
Fine, but this one stays.
I'll meet you inside.
Take
Rite
a
of passage.
holy
Burn
seal
your sin.
from the shrine and inscribe it with the sin which troubles you. Then
Elder Guard.
cast it into the
Bottom
bridge.
action button.
As the
Interact.
fire
You
burns
know
the
Lorath?
so too will the light burn away your sin.
Yeah, this is I'm getting definite Diablo and Legacy of Kain vibes and shit. I think if they make a new LOK, they should do it like this.
Well, a man that old has lived through some dark days. Explains why he's so cross.
You know Lorath?
The vampire.
You cannot do that in this area.
Okay, there must be something I gotta do here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to MK1 and
Elder Guard. You know Lorath?
Well, a man that old has lived through some dark days. Explains why he's so cross.
You know Lorath?
okay.
You cannot do that in this area.
Oh, guess what they might be remastering? The Darkness. Yes. I'm good, you know. What if they remastered Mace? They've remastered Power Slave. I'm thinking about picking that up at some point.
You cannot do that in this area.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Elder Guard. Bottom action button. Interact.
Doug, I was watching this video on creepies being caught, and there was one who thought they were gonna meet a girl.
You cannot do that in this area. Holy Cedar tablets. You cannot do that in this area. Holy Cedar tablet. Inscribe and quad. Fear and quad. Into the wood. Inscribe and quad. Anger and quad. Into the wood. Inscribe and quad. Pride and quad. Into the wood. Inscribe and quad. Greed and quad. Into the wood.
We're gonna go with anger
Inscribe
first.
and quad. Anger and quad. Into the wood.
Anger.
Rite of passage. Speak with the guard.
That's easy enough.
Holy Cedar tablets. Holy Cedar tablets. Inscribe and quad. Fear and inscribe and quad. Anger and quad. Into the wood.
Alright. That's what those are for. Okay.
Young guard. Bot and quad. It is done. And quad.
Good. You must feel as though a great weight has been lifted from you. Welcome to Kyovashad.
Missing
Yeah.
pieces. Quest complete. Rite of passage. 7/7.
We completed our first quest, yo. No.
Priority quests. Priority quests introduce or unlock new features and systems. Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath. You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area. Oscar. Stable mask light bearer. Shop. Theme. Pre-order.
Anger, perhaps? Well,
Light bearer. Shop. Theme. Pre-order.
Yeah, now I'm getting into the minutia.
Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact. Zladka. Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact. You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this. Fractured peaks. Challenges. Progress. 1%. World event novice. Recently completed. Join a clan. Return to game. Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact.
I gotta find homeboy.
Market boxes. Beneath the heavy tarp lie crates of vegetables and fruit, preserved by the frigid weather. Right action button close.
Yeah, I like how this game reads everything to you.
Alarm clock 22 meters 16s.
Hey viewer, what is up?
Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact. Kyovashad Gatehouse. LV. 8.
How was it?
Elder Guard. Bottom action button. Interact. Elder Guard. You know Lorath?
Yeah, now they're doing FC24. Because they don't have the FIFA license anymore. Nope.
Kyovashad. LV. 8. Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath.
Yeah, they don't have the license for FIFA.
Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact.
Then,
Extinguished brazier. Bottom action but a long extinguished brazier, cold to the touch. Jagged words are scratched into the rusty metal, and quad, Inarius is a god. And quad. Right action button close.
oh no.
Vajon. Bottom action button. Litka. Healer. Bottom action button. Interact.
But yeah, they, you know, if they would give up the NFL license, I bet Madden would be a whole lot better. $2K football, oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. I know just the game for you then. It's called Retro Bowl. Into the retro books. Yeah, it's out.
Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby.
Not
You cannot do that in this area. Notice board. Notice, at the start of the new month, Reverend Mother Prava will hold a sunrise sermon in celebration of the Divine Advent, the day Father Inarius returned to the world. And quad. Right action button close. Remill. Bottom action button. Interact. World tier statue. World tires. Change world tires at the statue in Kaio Vashad. Unlock higher tires by completing capstone dungeons. World tier 2. Veteran. World tier 3. Nightmare. World tier 4. World tier 1. Adventurer. Recommended for players who are new to Diablo. World tier 2. Veteran. World tier 1. Adventurer. Recommended for players who are. You cannot do that in this area.
Yeah, now I can do dungeons and shit.
World tier statue. Bottom action. Priest Zelka. Bottom action button.
300
Interact.
generations. Hell itself imprisoned Father Inarius.
But yeah, it's called Retro Bowl.
Bottom action button. You cannot do that in this area. Notice board. Notice board. Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Bottom action button. Interact.
There's a wrestling game for like $5, but it's shit.
Dimir. Bottom. You cannot do that in this area. Chair.
It's called Extreme Wrestling.
Rings and amp. Amulets. 6,478 gold. Band. Ring. 120 rings and amp. Amulets. 6,478 gold. Harmonious sheltering buckler. Strider's hand wraps. Sheltering harmonious Strider's tunic. Shelter Strider's 6,517 gold. Strider's hand 6,706 6,732 gold. Harmonious Strider's tunic. Magic chest armor. 74 item power. 130 armor, minus chair. Dimir. Bottom action button.
But I hear it's not that good. Yeah, everyone says it's shit. It's trash. My next big game after MK1. It's in the store. No, it's Legends Bowl.
Chair. Bottom action button. You cannot do that in this area. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down.
Not bad. But yeah, viewers, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? The reason why the stream didn't take place last night over on YouTube
Kaio Vashad Gatehouse.
because of
8. Kaio Vashad. LV 8.
yeah.
Chair. Bottom action. Extinguished brazier. Bottom action button. Interact.
You're gonna get it? Sweet. You'll have to tell me how good it is. Oh shit.
Priest Zelka. World tier statue. Bottom action button. Interact. That skill is not ready. Cathedral of Light. LV 8. You cannot do that in this area. 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 A dolly, chair. A dolly. Bottom action button. Shrine of Almighty. Bottom action button. Shrine of Mercy. A plaque at the shrine reads, take one stick of incense and place it in the fire. The Father will see your offering and show mercy to any of your loved ones that are ill. Right action button close. Chair. Bottom action button. A dolly. Bottom action button. Interact.
Sweet.
Shrine of Piety. A plaque at the shrine reads, children of the light, be not afraid. Pluck your finger and let the blood drip into the flames as a sign of your faith and courage. Right action button.
Okay,
close.
that's sick. Did you hear what it said? Isn't that just insane?
Shrine of Piety. Kriva. Bottom action button.
You have to shield your
Interact.
eyes in the Father's presence.
Yeah, let
His light will
the
make you blind. That's why the knights wear helmets.
blood.
Chair. Bottom action. Chair. Bottom action
The
button.
blood.
Bottom action button. Sit down. Shrine of Piety. Kriva. Bottom action button.
Hell,
Interact.
Satan. Yeah, I can see why if we were at KSB, this would get banned. This shit would get banned immediately.
Kaio Vashad. LV. 8. Missing pieces. Cathedral of Light. LV. 8. Kaio Vashad. World tier tier statue. Bottom action button.
Well,
Interact. Priest Zelka. Guard Boza. And Quad. How fares the city guard? And Quad.
Recruits have been training night and day. They deserve a little praise. But I can't let them see me as soft. Mind giving them a cheer for me? Easy coin for you, a boost of confidence for the recruits, and I get to go on being the hard ass. Everybody wins.
I'll handle it.
Raising spirits. New.
I
You cannot do that in this area.
man, I want to play that new Mortal Kombat when it comes out in 2 weeks. Get this. When it releases for everybody else, the 19th.
Priest Zelka. World tier statue. Bottom action button. Cathedral of Light.
Yep.
LV. 8. You cannot do that in this area.
Yeah.
Elementary. But you cannot do that at Shrine of Mercy. Bottom at Shrine of Mercy. Bottom at Shrine of Mercy. Bottom action button. Interact.
Cool.
You cannot do that in this
Now
area.
this Diablo 4 might be a game you might want to consider.
Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Shrine of Piety. Shrine of Piety. Kriva. Bottom action button. Interact.
But no, no, man, KSB wouldn't go for that shit. No, no. They would want to know more all about it, and
Kaio Vashad. World tier statue. Bottom action button. Interact. Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath. Remill.
yeah.
Remill. Bottom action button. Interact.
Some skulking outside my door, muttering curses.
Right. This wouldn't have anything to do with the money, well, then would it?
Does it have a screen reader? Oh,
The Knight Penitent. Bottom action button. And quad, blessed are the knights penitent who stand at the Father and Apos' side, for they will earn a place in the heavens. And quad. Right action button close. Chair. Bottom chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Up at the cathedral? Groveling, crying like dogs.
You cannot do that in this area. Adonia. Rings and amulets. Rings and amulets. 6,732 gold. Ring. 110 item power. 6.0% shadow resistance. 6.0% poison resistance. Requires level 10. Cost 7,473 gold. Bottom action button.
You know what game I want to play?
Top action button.
Space
Compare.
Marine 2. That game is going to be nuts.
Stockades. The wood is branded with the phrase, "Let this be the first step on your journey to the light." Right action button close. Stockades. Bottom action button. Interact.
You should stream Legend Bowl.
World tier statue. Bottom action button. Interact. Cathedral of Light. You cannot do that in this area.
That game doesn't have online, does it?
You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Shrine of Piety. Shrine of Piety. Kriva. Bottom action button. Interact. Oh my tree. Bottom action button. Shrine of Mercy. Bottom action button. Shrine of Mercy. Adali. Bottom action button. Interact.
Child that grows in my belly. Keep him safe in your light.
Oh my god. There's a girl on here that's pregnant. She's praying to the light praise to keep the child safe.
Kaio Vashad. World tier statue. Bottom act. World priest Zelka. Bottom action button. Interact. Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath.
I actually did a video and it's going to be dropping on Saturday. On how to make Souls games accessible.
You cannot do that in this area. Chair. Bottom action.
It's going to be coming out Saturday.
Brazier. You cannot do that in this area.
So Chad, I got a question. Who out here are Diablo fans?
Kaio Vashad Gatehouse. LV. 8. You cannot do that in this area.
Now just a quick programming note for those on Twitch and also those on YouTube. When this does drop, the new streaming schedule will be in effect. Well, I'm gonna be getting back to normal, let's just say.
Kaio Vashad. LV. 8. Missing pieces. Kyovashad Gatehouse. LV. 8. You cannot do that in this area. Holy Cedar Tablets. Bottom action button. Holy Seed. Inscribe and quad. Inscribe and quad. Fear and quad. Into the wood.
But like, yeah, my issue, I like the idea of Souls-like games. Just make them accessible. You know, because I mean, if you think about it, that alienates you, it alienates Super Blind Man, a lot of us. What, do you not like Souls-likes?
Kyovashad. LV. 8. Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath.
So, what did you write on that piece of wood? Something about fear or cowardice, perhaps?
You cannot do that in this area.
Little, I suppose.
Market boxes. Beneath the heavy tarp lie crates of vegetables and fruit, preserved by the frigid weather. Right action button close. Kyovashad Gatehouse. LV. 8.
I think there's a certain thing you have to write into the wood. But yeah, man, my accessibility impressions of the MK1 beta has over 100 hits.
Father and app containers. Essence 70%. Containers. Essence 91%. Kyovashad Gatehouse. LV. 8. Holy Cedar Tablet. Inscribe and quad. Fear and inscribe and quad. Anger. Inscribe and quad. Pride and quad. Inscribe and quad. Greed and inscribe nothing but scribbles into the wood. Inscribe and quad. Inscribe nothing but scribbles into the wood.
This is a waste of time.
Did you say something?
I think I just pissed off the guard. I said this is a waste of, I put scribbles. As for Baldur's Gate, I'm gonna hold off. Because I've been looking into it. There's no type of like screener support or nothing.
LV. 8. Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath.
So, what did you write on a little piece of wood? I bet you didn't write anything at all. Wouldn't blame you. Well, it matters little, I suppose.
Okay, where the hell is Lorath? I want to talk to him and get this shit on the road.
Oscar. Stable Master. Bottom action button. Enter Light Bearer. Shop. Theme. Pre-order. Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact. Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Up at the cathedral?
Chair. Bottom at Adonia. You cannot do Adonia. Rings and amulets. 6,732 gold. Band. Ring. 120 item power. 6.0% lightning resistance. 6.0% fire resistance. Requires level 10. Cost 8,702 gold. Bottom action button. Buy. Top action button. Compare. You cannot do that in this area.
Now the music in this is pretty cool.
Cathedral of Light.
The violin and everything.
8. Kaio Vashad. LV. 8. World tier statue. World tier priest Zelka. Bottom action button. Interact. Hezelkey. You cannot do that in this area. Hezelkey.
Just
Bottom action button. Interact.
It was free. I don't need a handout from those
Hezelkey.
cathedral
Hezelkey.
bastards.
Blitz. Forged relics. The table is strewn with pouches full sand. Scraps of paper are attached to each bag, and they bear the same note, and quote, Father Inarius gazed at this sand and moved it with his awesome power. 300 gold. And quote. Right action button close. Blitz. Purveyor of curiosities. Forged relics. Bottom action button. You cannot do that in this area.
Yeah, they got weird shit in this town.
That skill is not ready. Forged relics. Bottom action. Hezelkey. Bottom action button. Hezelkey. Bottom action button. Interact.
You know they're gonna pay a tribute to Bray Wyatt Saturday. Blind gamer. No payback.
Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair.
Yeah, I know, Ellen.
Father.
I
You cannot do that in this area. The Gospel of the Father. The book is battered and torn. The words "Where was the light when my girl died?" are scrawled across every page, making the original text illegible. Right action button close. Desla. You cannot do that in this area.
Yeah, in our old alma mater, folks, this shit would have been banned. Oh yeah. Now the original?
Bottom
No.
action but extinguished brazier. A long extinguished brazier, cold to the touch. Jagged words are scratched into the rusty metal, and quote, Inarius is a god. And quote. Right action button close.
But this, I could see, because it's really, it goes deep.
Kaio Vashad Gatehouse. LV. 8. You cannot do that in this area. Holy Cedar tablets. Bottom action button. Interact. Holy Cedar. Inscribe and quad. Inscribe nothing but inscribe and quad. Greed and quad. Inscribe and quad. Pride and quad. Into the wood. Kaio Vashad. LV. 8. Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath.
What?
So, what did you write on a little piece of wood? Something about hubris or pride, perhaps? Well, it matters little.
You playing again?
Bottom action button. Extinguished Desla. Bottom action button. Interact.
How is it?
Litka. Healer. Litka. Litka. Healer. Vajan. Bottom action button. Interact.
That makes 17 so far.
Holy decree.
Not
You cannot do that in the holy decree. By order of Reverend Mother Prava, blacksmiths shall now devote half their time to forging armaments for the Knights Penitent. Right action button close.
But you know why I said that about our old alma mater? They're changing. It's not like it was when it used to be like just blind folks. Now they have to be all corporate and shit.
Priest Zelka. World Guard Boza. Bottom action button. Priest Zelka. World tier step. Priest Zelka. Bottom action button. Interact. Remill. You cannot do that in this area. Remill. Bottom action button. Interact.
Some skulking outside my door, muttering curses.
The Knight Penitent. Bottom and quad. Blessed are the Knights Penitent who stand at the Father and Apos' side, for they will earn a place in the heavens. And quad. Right action button close. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down.
Hey, 2 weeks from Thursday.
Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact. Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact.
Combat begin. Yeah. It'll begin for us.
Azena. Bottom action button. Interact. Market boxes. Bottom action button.
Yeah.
Interact.
You keep this up. We'll either be broke or starving by the next moon.
You cannot do that in this area. Azena. Bottom action button. Interact.
Man, MK1 is gonna be fire.
Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Up at the cathedral? Groveling, crying like dogs.
Notice board. Bottom act. Notice board. Bottom act. Remill. You cannot do that in this area. World tier statue. Priest Zelka. Bottom action button. Interact.
So how you liking it?
Remill. Bottom action button. Interact.
I saw him skulking outside my door, muttering curses.
Right. This wouldn't have any.
Priest guard Boza. Bottom at Priest Zelka. Guard Boza. Bottom action
Damn
button.
cold, isn't
It's
it?
world tier statue.
But at least we are
Bottom
safe.
action button.
Beyond these
Interact.
walls, darkness reigns.
Cathedral of Light.
I
You
cannot
cannot do that in this area.
Man, I cannot wait to see what they do next.
You cannot do that in this area. Shrine of
Listen,
Piety.
They're
Bottom
saying that
combat.
the Deadly
Bottom
Alliance
action button.
Conquest is coming back.
Interact.
No, it's gonna be like
to your statue. Bottom action button. Interact.
um.
Missing pieces. Speak with Lorath.
Okay, where the fuck is Lorath, you son of a bitch?
Remill. Bottom action button. Remill. You cannot do that in Remill. Bottom action button. Interact.
I saw him skulking outside my door.
Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Bottom action button. Interact.
Okay.
You cannot do that in this area. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Adonia. Rings and amulets. Bottom action button.
I may have
Interact.
found who I needed to find, I think. I just gotta get it to say Lorath.
Occultist recipe. Scorpion venom, sulfur, gallow vine, goat and apos, heart, bone dust, and a vial of the subject and apos, blood. Right action button close. Occultist recipe. Bottom action button. Interact. Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Up at the cathedral? Groveling? Crying like dogs?
Occultist recipe. Bottom action button.
Yeah, and I don't,
Interact.
this wouldn't fly. Occultist recipe. They'd want to know about it.
Market boxes. Bottom action button. Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact. You cannot do that in this area. Azena. You cannot do that in this area. Market boxes. Bottom action
But
button.
no, man, I can't believe
Interact.
Bray Wyatt and the Funker are gone.
No. What did you write on a little piece of wood? Something about hubris or pride, perhaps?
You cannot do that in this area.
Matters little, I suppose.
You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area. You cannot do that in this area.
Yeah.
Extinguished brazier. Bottom action button. Interact.
Well, they honored Bray Wyatt's career.
You cannot do that in this area. The Gospel of the Father. Bottom action but the book is battered and torn. The words where was the chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact.
I was here first.
What's that boy Nash is what, 7 or 8 now?
Healer. Bottom action button. Interact.
And how old is he now? Oh. Well, now Braun is Nash's godfather. Yeah. Hey, them kids won't have to worry about being
bottom action button.
Protected.
Interact.
Because oh, I guarantee it. They wouldn't know what to do with him.
Kyovashad Gatehouse. LV 8. Kyovashad.
Yeah.
LV 8. You cannot do that in this area.
See, that's the thing with Bray. He was creative. He was a creative son of a bitch. They didn't like it.
Oscar, Lorath, and Quad, a horse. Are you going somewhere? And Quad.
I'm off to the dry steppes in search of that pale man from your vision. I must know what part he plays in all this. But first, I need you to retrieve something of mine while I finish my negotiations. A merchant in the center of the city has it. Just tell him I sent you.
What were the Tell me if Lilith's return was prophesied. Tell me of Inarius. What were the villagers doing in those ruins?
Sacrificing. Summoning demons. Honing all the wonderful gifts that Lilith gave them.
What were the villagers doing in those ruins? Tell me of Inarius.
The cathedral loves to go on about him. His imprisonment in hell, his valiant escape, his glorious return here, the world he created. But they never mention how being tortured in hell for a few millennia turned you into an ass.
You heard that, didn't you?
What were the villagers do? Tell me of Inarius. Lilith's return was prophesied.
What do you think of that shit?
There was a prophecy, yes. It foretold the rise of the primevals, the return of Lilith and Inarius, the doom of our world. Inarius adopted the prophecy for his own selfish purposes, put it in the Cathedral of Light's gospel, and made it seem like he would be the hero to save us.
What were the villagers doing in those? Lilith's return was prophesied. Oscar. Stable Master. Bottom action button.
Cloudy.
Interact.
This poor thing is practically crowbait.
The Night Penitent. The Night Penitent. The Night Penitent. Bottom action button. Interact.
Yeah.
Remill. Bottom action button.
My neighbor
Interact.
is bewitched.
Right.
Some skulking
Left.
outside my door.
Bottom action
Laughter
button
and curses.
confirm. Top action button customize. Close.
This wouldn't have anything to do
Leave
with the
dungeon.
money, would it?
Invite to trade. Empty.
Yeah.
Guard Boza. Bottom action button. Interact.
Yeah, he was going to actually do a damn good job with it, too.
Priest Zelka. Bottom action. World tier statue. Bottom action button. Interact. Cathedral of Light. LV 8. You cannot do that in this area.
Twiddling their thumbs. Yeah.
Kyovashad. L World tier statue. Bottom action button. Interact. Missing pieces. Speak with the merchant. Priest Zelka. Bottom action button. Interact.
Yeah.
Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Ibda. Bottom action button. Interact.
Oh,
Travelers
yeah.
beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Bottom action button. The Night Penitent. Bottom action button. Interact. Chair. Occult chair. Occultist recipe. Bottom action button. Interact.
Oh, I loved that because
Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Fools up at the cathedral?
oh my God.
Market boxes. Beneath the heavy tarp lie crates of vegetables and fruit, preserved by the frigid weather. Azena. Azena. Bottom action button. Interact.
Just last week, I paid half that for carrots.
Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact. The Night Penitent. And quad, blessed are the Knights Penitent who stand at the Night Penitent. Bottom action button. Travelers beware. Serlina. Once a promising and devout member of the Knights Penitent, the heretic Serlina has renounced the light and now lives in darkness. The faithful should avoid Kilesic Plateau, where she has been seen most recently. Right action button close.
I bet we'll have to fight Zelina at some point.
Guard Boza. Bottom Priest Zelka. Bottom action button. Interact.
Now, one game I want to see come back. Castlevania. Symphony of the Night. Oh, Chronicles. Symphony of the Night. Oh, you got both? Nice.
Adonia. Rings and amulets, 6,732 gold. Ring. Adonia. Adonia. Rings and amulets. Bottom action button.
Have you streamed them yet?
You cannot do that in this area. Occultist recipe. Occultist chair.
You've not done,
recipe. Bottom action button. Interact. Chair.
How
Bottom
so?
action button. Sit down.
Not really. No. Okay, have you played Far Cry 6? In the beginning,
and quad, blessed are the Knights Penitent.
there is a part where you have to be unseen.
For they will earn a place in the heavens.
And you'll hear ding, ding, ding if the enemies are close to you. So they can still make it accessible.
The Night Penitent. Bottom action button. Interact.
$98. It was 98, but then they released Metal Gear Solid VR Missions. Oh, no, that's 2 discs of VR Missions.
Chair. The Gospel of the Father. Bottom action button. Interact.
No, it don't require it. It's just solid. Yeah, virtual reality, yeah. Actually, it's all a bunch of training missions.
The Gospel of the Father. The Gospel of the Father. Extinguished brazier. Bottom action button. Interact.
Man, you know they're coming out with the Metal Gear Collection in October. Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3. Solid. Metal Gear Solid.
Boxes. Bottom action button.
Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty.
Bottom action button. Interact.
And Metal Gear Solid 3. Whatever. Yeah, Snake Eater. Yeah. They actually have to give a content warning. Yes, because it's so outdated. All of the references are just...
Bottom action button. Interact.
People might throw a fit with some of the references. I was watching a chat with I started frontman John Schaefer.
Button. Interact.
By the way, John, if you're watching this, shout out to you, man. I'm thinking of you and praying for you that the bullshit that you're going through will end soon.
Bottom action button. Interact.
And Oath Keepers, if you're watching this, fuck you. You sons of bitches. Except John. John's cool. And someone asked John if he had heard of Metal Gear 2.
Sit down.
I think he would dig it. Yes. Yes.
Dimir.
I think in 3.
Button. Interact.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what the boss's name is, don't you? The End. Isn't that like dark and foreboding and shit? The End. Yeah, see, that's why it gets a content warning, and yeah, our alma mater. Oh, they would rage over that shit. Yeah, a certain person who we both know would have raged hard on that son of a bitch. Outer heaven? That's satanic. Dirty, 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 dirty. But yeah, if you're wondering what I was doing there, I was kind of imitating how he would do sometimes. This
chair.
Individual.
Bottom action chair.
If he wanted
Bottom
to poke fun
button.
at something.
Sit down. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down.
Oh, God. Dude. I'm going to look up QX55 and I'm going to see if he has any Castlevania shit.
Bottom action button. Interact. Market boxes.
That's his
Bottom
channel.
Action button. Azena. Bottom action button. Interact.
He, like I said, he's got equipment to stream that shit. I'm gonna subscribe. If I'm not subscribed to him already, I'll look up World of Long Plays.
Kyovashad Gatehouse. LV 8. Kyovashad.
Man.
LV 8.
I'm so ready to just rage on Mortal Kombat and Quake 2 and I was playing Quake 2 64 the other day. Yeah, you can get Quake 2.
Bottom at the wood is branded with the phrase, "Let this be the first step on your journey to the light." Right action button close.
Yeah.
Tikkanen. Bottom action button. Interact.
The father wouldn't want me to go hungry, would he?
Guard Lavoy. Bottom action button. Interact.
Will it take before you hit the damn things?
Guard Lavoy. Bottom action button. Interact.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they censored the shit out of that game.
Cathedral of Light. LV 8.
N64.
LV emotes. Press directional pad up to open the action wheel and use emotes. Right shoulder button. Right. Left shoulder button. Left. Bottom action button confirm top. Invite to party. Empty. Open chat. Invite to trade. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Call of the Blessed. People of Kyovashad, the light is in need of defenders. Those who join the Knights Penitent will be provided training, food, shelter, and a chance to cleanse your soul of sin. Right action button close.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Chair. Bottom action button.
Well,
Call
yeah.
of the Blessed. Bottom action button. Interact.
Mm-hmm.
Chair. Bottom action button. Call of the Blessed. Bottom action button. Interact. Call of chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Cathedral of Light. LV 8.
But no, I know someone who's going to remain nameless who they would complain.
Shrine of Mercy. Oh my tree. Bottom act Adali. Bottom action button.
If this game was not accessible enough, this person would bitch.
You cannot do that in this area.
Yeah, this person would be like, well, that ain't fair. It needs to have every feature.
Kriva. Bottom action button. Interact.
And not everybody's going to know how to do that.
That's why the knights wear helmets.
Kyovashad. World tier statue. Bottom action button. World tier statue. Priest Zelka. World tier Priest Zelka. Bottom action button. World tier statue. Bottom action button. Interact. Remill. Bottom act. You cannot do that in this area. Remill. Bottom action button. Interact.
I saw him skulking outside my door, muttering curses.
Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Bot chair. Raskia. The Anquat. Are you a member of the cathedral? Anquat. Anquat, what do you know of the prophecy? Anquat. Anquat, tell me of the pilgrims here. Anquat, are you a Anquat? Anquat, are you a member of the cathedral? Anquat.
Alright, we're gonna learn about the cathedral.
I was never religious until I saw a miracle.
Inarius himself blessed the man with the light, got up and walked again for the first time in years, right then and there. The light is real, my friend. Take comfort in it.
No.
And Quad, what do you know of the prophecy?
You can't take
and Quad
without hearing about it. The great war against evil. The day Inarius takes all of us up to the heavens with him. I hope my cat will come with us too.
And Quad, what do you know of and Quad? Tell me of the pilgrims here. And Quad, what do you know of the prophecy? And Quad, tell me of the pilgrims here. And Quad.
Day and night they stream into town. Polite folk. And they always pay their tabs. Not like some of the locals around here.
The locals are dicks, folks.
Chair, Raskia. The innkeeper. Bottom action button. Interact. Ivda. Bottom action button. Interact.
Enthusiastic.
Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair. Bottom action button. Chair. Bottom action button. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down.
Hold on.
Ivda. Bottom action button. Interact.
Enthusiastically. I guess.
Travelers beware. Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Bottom action button. Interact.
So yeah, like, they really did a good job on this. From an accessibility standpoint. Yeah, there's issues, like there's no Navi assist or...
World tier statue. Bottom action button. World tier statue.
But I'm not gonna fault them.
Bottom action button. Interact.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fault them for not having everything. It's better than nothing.
Call of the Blessed. Chair. Bottom action. Call of the Blessed. Bottom action button. Interact. Guard Boza. Bottom action button. Interact.
And Wanted Dead is insane.
Notice board. Bottom action button. Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Bottom action button. Chair. Bottom action. Chair. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair. 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 Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair. 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 Bottom action button. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Chair. Bottom chair. Bottom chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. You cannot do that in this area. Ivda. Bottom action button. Interact.
Enthusiastically. I guess I can't blame them.
You cannot do that in this area. Chair. Adonia. You cannot do that in this area. Adonia. Rings and amulets, 6,732 gold. Band. Ring. 120 item power. 6.0% lightning resistance. Dimir. Bottom action
Nice.
button. Interact.
Right.
Occultist recipe. Bottom action button.
It could
Chair.
be, I mean,
Occultist
at
recipe.
least it ain't like the PS2
Bottom
where
action
we're not going
button.
to ever be able to play them ever
Interact.
again. Supposedly they couldn't figure out how to emulate PS3. I bet you they've figured it out. They just haven't. They're going to wait till PS6. Just watch. And people are going to make fun of it.
The Night Penitent. Bottom action. The Night Penitent. Bottom action button. Interact.
I would have been hard. I would have pressed charges. Well, that's not what it was back then. Yeah, RCPS3.
Forged relics. The table is strewn with pouches full sand. Scraps of paper. Puzzle key. Bottom action button. Interact.
It was free. I don't need a handout from those cathedral bastards.
Okay, we know Hizoki hates the
Purveyor,
cathedral.
purveyor of curiosities. This shady vendor gives you a small chance to obtain a valuable item in exchange for murmuring obels. Obels can be found by completing events throughout Sanctuary. Focus. Focus. Let's. Purveyor of You cannot do that in this area. Let's. Purveyor of curiosities. 35 murmuring obels. Scythe. Scythe. Sword. Wand. Dagger. Scythe. You do not have enough obels. Let. Forged relics. Let's. Purveyor of curiosities. Bottom action button. Interact.
Yeah, I
The
think
Gospel
that
of the Father. Bottom action button. Interact.
this type of game
The Gospel of Chair.
with
Bottom
the
action button.
not the Gospel
Sit
of Share.
Kyovashad Gatehouse. LV. 8. Kyovashad. LV. 8. Market boxes.
I got a feeling I know where
Bottom
this
action button.
douchebag's at,
Interact.
but
Market boxes. Market boxes. Azena.
duh.
Bottom action button. Interact.
Douche. Bag! Da douchebag.
Market boxes. Bottom action button.
I didn't know
Interact.
those existed. A do-do
Azena.
douchebag.
Bottom action button. Interact.
Just last week, I paid half that for carrots.
You keep this up. We'll either be broke or starving by the
And here's
next month.
douchebag. Who are they referring to? Trump?
Azena. Bottom
Bush.
action button. Interact. Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact. Market boxes. Beneath the heavy tarp-like crates of vegetables
One
and
more
food
news of that
preserved by the
fucking
frigid weather.
douchebag.
Right action button close.
You mean we have
Kyovashad Gatehouse.
4 more
LV.
years?
8. Kaio Vashad. LV. 8.
If I was, I would change a lot of shit.
The Night Penitent. Bottom action button. The Night Penitent. Bottom action button. Interact.
I know, right?
Remill. You cannot do that in this remill. Bottom action button. Interact. World Priest Zelka. Guard Boza. Bottom action button. Interact.
But at least we are safe. Beyond these walls, darkness reigns.
World Priest Zelka. Bottom action button. Interact.
And they're not.
Notice board. Bottom action button. Interact. Chair. Bottom action button. Chair. Rask chair. Raskia. The innkeeper. Anquat, are you a member of the cathedral? Anquat, what do you know of the prophecy? Anquat, tell me of the pilgrims here. Anquat, chair. Bottom action button. Chair. Bottom action button. Chair. Bottom action button. Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down, Ibda. Bottom action button. Interact.
Enthusiastically.
Travelers beware. Deadly threat spotted nearby. Bottom action button. The Night Penitent. Bottom action button. Interact. The Night
This
Penitent.
game rocks.
Bottom action button. Interact.
Did you know they're coming out with a game in the Lord of the Rings series where you can either have your elf speak in English or Dwarvish? No shit.
Kaio Vashad Gatehouse. LV.
Yeah, they actually worked with a linguist
Vashad. LV.
to get it right.
Market boxes. Bottom at market boxes.
No, they're
Bottom
gonna let you
action
have it
button.
in English and
Interact.
Elvish and
Hazena.
shit.
Bottom action button. Interact.
I probably won't get it because it's I'm not a big LOTR. I mean, I like LOTR the concept, but I'm not that heavy into it. What Professor Tolkien wanted to do.
Hazena. Bottom action button. Interact.
Just last
Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact.
You keep this up. We'll either be broke or starving by the next moon.
What type of game is it? An RPG?
Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Up at the cathedral? Groveling? Crying like dogs?
Adonia. Rings and amulets. 6,732 gold. Ring. 110 item power.
Oh,
Adonia.
wow.
Rings and amulets. Bottom action button. Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Yeah, and you had to build the ark. Yeah, you had to build get every animal and... Actually, no, wait, I remember that. Yeah, you had to put an actual SNES card on it for it to work. And it was like a first-person shooter. Yeah, and there was Super Bible Adventures, too. They developed one for the Genesis, and I think the SNES, too. AVGN did a review of...
Bottom action button. Interact.
Apple I stole.
Stockades. Bottom the wood is branded with the phrase, let this be the first step on your journey to the light. Tikkanen. Bottom action button. Interact. Call of the Blessed. Bottom chair. Call of the Blessed. Bottom action button. Interact.
Yeah.
Cathedral of Light. You cannot do that in this area.
Scared it.
Oh my tree. Bottom action button. Shrine of Mercy. Shrine of Mercy. Bottom action button. Interact. Chair. Bottom dolly. Bottom action button. Interact.
Child that grows in my belly. Keep him safe in your light.
Did you ever see the reveal trailer for this?
Chair. Bottom action button.
Go look
Sit
it up.
down.
It's nuts. It's
Shrine
insane.
of Piety. Kriva. Bottom action button.
You have to shield your
Interact.
eyes in the Father's presence, or his light will make you blind.
No, this one is actually quite insane. Like, that priest that they're talking about.
LV. 8. Missing pieces. Speak with the merchant. Guard
They're
visa.
talking about,
Bottom
like, they're
action
in the
button.
cathedral, right?
Interact. You cannot do that in this area.
And he's like,
Guard world tier statue.
the light will
Priest
protect
world
me.
tier statue. Bottom action
And they're like,
button.
there is no light. You'll just have to listen to the trailer. It'll,
Interact.
you'll be like, oh fuck. It's like, I saw it and I'm like, oh shit. At first I thought it was Castlevania. No, I did, for real.
Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact. Market boxes. Azena. Bottom action button.
Oh yeah. No, they just censored it. No, green blood. Well, but then they had
Bottom action button.
black and white
Interact.
fatalities. We got the full deal because that we didn't.
Gatehouse. LV. 8. Kaio Vashad. LV. 8. You cannot do that in this area. Oscar. Stable Master. Bottom action button. Lorath. What were the villagers? Tell me of Inarius. Lilith's return was prophesied. What were the villagers doing in those ruins? Tell me of Inarius.
The cathedral loves to go on about him. His imprisonment in hell, his valiant escape, his glorious return here, the world he created. But they never mention how being tortured in hell
How's it different?
turned you into an ass.
What were the villagers doing in those ruins? Oscar. Stable Master. You cannot do that in this area. Oscar. Stable Master. Bottom action button. Oscar. Stable. Lorath. Bottom
Oh
action
God.
button. Interact. Oscar. Lorath. Oscar. Stable Master. Bottom action button. Interact. Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact.
You know what I did? I would do high punch, low punch, high kick, low kick, low kick. The top C buttons were high kicks.
Ozena. You cannot do that in this area.
Up and right, and then the down and right, whatever it
Market
was.
boxes. Bottom action button. Market boxes. Bottom action button. Interact.
No, A and B were my punch buttons. Down and right were low kick, left and up were high kick.
Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
And my reason for that was because I didn't like the way they did the layout.
Vilek. Bottom action.
Not
You cannot
while
do
I'm
that in this area. Vilek. Bottom action button. Interact. Vilek. Bottom action button.
Hold on.
Interact. And quad. What happened to your eyes? And quad.
Say it, a damned snake. She keeps them on a chain around her neck. Damn her. Damn her. And I hope she burns for what I've had to watch.
And quad. What happened to your eyes? And quad. What happened to your eyes? And quad. Stockades. Bottom action button.
Not
You cannot do that in this area. Tikkanen. Bottom action button. Interact. Vilek. And quad. What happened to your eyes? And quad. And quad. What happened to your eyes? And quad.
She keeps them on a chain around her neck. Damn her.
And quad. What happened to your eyes? And quad. Vilek. Bottom action button. Interact. And quad. What happened to your eyes? Stock. Tikkanen. Stockade. The wood is branded with the phrase, "Let this be Tikkanen." Bottom action button. Interact.
The father wouldn't want me to go hungry, would he?
Guard Lavoy. Bottom action button. Interact.
How many swings will it take before you hit the damn things?
Dimir. Bottom action button. Interact.
Up at the cathedral? Groveling, crying like dogs.
Occult chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Kayovashad Gatehouse. LV. 8. Kayovashad. LV. 8. Zladka. Bottom action button. Zladka. Bottom action button. Interact.
Here first.
Alright, I gotta find the merchant.
Bottom act. Extinguished brazier. You cannot do that in this area.
What'd you think about that guy that wants his eyes back? But isn't that sick? Yeah, me and BG, we know some.
Bottom action button. Interact. You cannot do that in the Heselkey. Heselkey. You cannot do Heselkey. Bottom action button. Interact. Heselkey.
Throw a
Bottom
tip of
action
10 to
button.
him.
Heselkey. Bottom act. Let's. Forged. The table is strewn with pouches full sand. Scraps of paper are let's. Purveyor of curiosities, 35 murmuring obols. Focus. Focus. Cost, 40 obols. Durability, 100/100. Bottom action button. Buy.
Oh, man.
You cannot do that in this area.
Find it hard to believe it's right at the end of the month. Can you believe that?
You cannot do that in this area.
Not only is it going to be football season, but hell, the weather's going to get cooler too. Then it's going to get into like single digits. For lows and shit.
You cannot do that in this area.
But I want to know who Batista's going to play in Mortal Kombat as well. What if he was to be Shinnok? Onaga?
Forged relics. Bottom action button. Interact.
He was in the commercial for
Bottom
it.
action button. Interact.
And Stephanie Brownback tweeted out the lyrics, I walk alone inside this pit of danger.
Let's. Purveyor of curiosities, 35 murmuring obols. Cap. You do not. Harmonious Strider's tunic. Magic chest armor. 74. Fiendish folio. Focus. 53. High boots. Boots. Forged relics. Bottom action button. Interact.
You know that shit's gonna be nuts.
Forged relics. Bottom action button. Puzzle key. Bottom action button.
Hey.
Interact. Harmonious Strider's tunic. Magic chest armor. Challenges. Joe Mara. Join a clan. Right action but return to game. Up. Leave game.
Alright, I think we're gonna wrap up for tonight, and
Hardcore.
we will present this another time for episode 6. But in episode 6, we'll find that merchant and see what he's got for us, and see what he wants, and we'll go from there. So, for Black Gamer 1990, I want to say thank you to everybody for watching, listening, enjoying, and more. And for those of you watching on YouTube, if you like what you see and you want more, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want it for free, and yes, like to. Also, leave a comment down below and share with everyone you know. Until next time, so long everyone, and peace.